Oh yeah, welder up now. Plug welds, some crossways there. Well, to come to the point where that I found it to be the easiest way to do that. Just set it up in the press. Block down there has a bigger hole than the axle, so there's an axle stub protruding through the bottom down there in that support block. A couple of washers on the shaft, 3/4. The square tubing is taking the pressure as to not push the axle in anymore, as it has already been fitted. So what I'm doing now, and you only need to do this in the case of where the weld seam is on the tubing. And I've been on my project, the steel yard, I've been finding that the weld seam is over in the corner, which in that case the stub axle slides in quite easily, sometimes with the aid of a lead hammer. But this is the other option, easy way. A 20-ton press, it's a good one. It works in this situation. And I've got a drift, I got a punch in here, air conditioning. To remind me that the cotter hole in the end of the axle is in line with the squareness of the axle. You don't want it askew to the you don't want it askew to the squareness of everything, for good workmanship. But I done already got that started a little bit. But the procedure would be you would just operate your jack, and you can see the axle going on in, and I have this assembled as it will be onto the cart itself, other than the wheel will be turned around, and they're not specific to any position. But a washer on each side, and the roller is see this one barely, it slides in quite easy. I could assemble this one, just with a lead hammer. In no circumstances would you want to use a metal hammer, because I've done did that, and you're destined for failure. You'll batter the end of the shaft. But just saying, if you're mindful with a lead hammer, you usually can see most of them. And once we get this in position here, then we'll weld up the 4 plug weld down there to secure the axle into that housing. And like the good part of that is just some extra welding experience. And I'm getting close to the bottom down there, so I don't want that to be too tight. So I'm gonna have to pay attention. Okay, see, it's fairly, it's still a little loose, and it's like that right there. Okay, I would actually like that to be a little bit tighter, but even to be on the, I'm gonna give it one more. Well, okay, that's pretty snug right there. I'm gonna release it, and we'll see how snug it is. Oh yeah, see, I can feel that, but yet it's not Well, it's very good. I'm gonna leave it together till we get up on the workbench. So this was the other end, and I did this with this axle turned upside down earlier. You know, actually, it's accumulation of, it's a sum of parts, I guess, but the outcome of that press operation over there was this mechanism right there, that assembly. So 1/2 inch holes most of the time, could be something else on the next run. 7/16 or 1/2 inch. What I ended up with is you'll have a washer and a wheel and a washer and a cotter on both sides. So as I'm metal finishing, to make my assembly easier, it's something I did, is just measure the center line of the square tubing, whatever it would be, and put you a punch mark there. So now you know the center of this assembly to use later on. And this being the bottom of the axle, you'll be welding these 4 holes completely shut, level, ground down to the point you never know which side you did it. Just saying. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's the way you do that. Well, we'll be good to go there. I have them here in Middle Tennessee. You know, we done jigged that up. That's welded now. Just saying. Everything on center line. You know, when if y'all can see that, yeah. Just saying. Well, you know, well, you know, if you have a gas engine, you know, you surely need it to be on a cart, man. Anyways, what I did today, just saying. Well, you know, I just went on ahead and knocked out that's 2 pair right there. And we'll plug weld all them up, grind them smooth, and proceed with the other welds. Hey, y'all leave a comment there. You know, subscribe to the channel, you know. Man. Well, you know, even thumbs up. You think I'm worthy of it. Just saying. Well, that right there being a pretty good view of the front upward type view. Let's say that if I was to add these that right there is for them handles. Well, yeah, you know, somewhere in that area right there, you measure across yonder and weld them up there with good penetration with a V cut in the bottom of them for 100% weld. Just saying.